Welcome to the PrepNet, presented every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Talk2Me's Channel 14. Come join us to discuss everything about prepping and hear what others have done. Today, we will be starting the All About Electricity series. This will be a many-part series. It could be up to 8 parts or more. So, what's coming up? Part 1, which will be tonight, is saving electricity at home. Part 2 will focus on saving electricity in the wild, which covers those who will be bugging out. Part 3 discusses generators. Part 4 deals with batteries and will cover small, portable use and medium-sized batteries. The rest of the parts have not been created yet, but should be. Part 5 is large batteries. This part may only cover the use of lead-acid batteries. Part 6 should cover lithium storage batteries. And I still don't know how many more parts will be needed to cover using a large battery bank, solar panels, charging, monitoring, and maintaining a lithium battery bank. It's going to be a wild ride. Many will have links to items discussed posted in the video description of the expanded presentation. Now to Part 1. All about electricity. Saving electricity at home. This specific topic is geared toward those of us who will bug in at home or will be bugging out to a fixed location with a permanent structure like a house or cabin. We will cover the needs of those who will be heading for the great outdoors in the saving electricity in the wild topic of All About Electricity. When problems arise due to a grid-down situation, how should you use the electricity you have, whether created by a generator or by a battery bank charged by solar? First, you must realize that you cannot use the same amount of electricity as when the electric grid was working. You only want to use electric power for the things you absolutely need. Electric power will be worth more than gold. Do you really need to watch TV for entertainment? Do you need to run every light in your house at any time? Do you need that 1,000-watt space heater? Hopefully, you get the idea. You need to understand, you will not be able to run your whole house or your bug-out location as you did before the loss of grid power, unless you have tens of thousands of dollars to put into your alternative electric power solution. I would suggest that the first part of your planning is to determine what items you will not run on electricity. This way, everyone will know what will not be available and can plan for that. In my case, these are the things that I will not run if the electric grid goes down. In the kitchen, you could find an electric cooking range, dishwasher, refrigerator, freezer, electric cookers, toaster, toaster oven, air fryer, electric coffee maker, microwave, electric deep fryer, food mixer, blender, rice cooker, mixers, and food processor. None of these will be used if the grid goes down. TV for entertainment, satellite and cable receivers, stereo, and electric clocks. If the outage was more than a local event, these will most likely also be out. You would also not want to run water heaters, washing machines, clothes dryers, air conditioners, furnaces, electric blankets, power tools, well pumps, your internet connection, wired and wireless routers, and all printers. As with everything in prepping, there will be exceptions to some of the items I just mentioned that will be run under limited circumstances. Those will be addressed when we cover the generators topic of All About Electricity. Most of these don'ts will be easy, as if the grid is down, there will be no power to those items through your house wiring. To run the electric things you need, you will have to connect them directly to your alternate power source. Do not connect your alternate power directly to your house wiring without a transfer or disconnect switch. Now, to the things I will run on my alternate electric power. I will run a few area lights so I don't trip over anything. There are many options here, and we'll have many more details about lights in the All About Lighting topic. I need power for my chargers for laptops, tablets, phones, radios, rechargeable batteries, and battery power blocks. Most of these I will power by a battery bank. More details on this in the solar topic of All About Electricity. Not everything needs to run all the time. These items will be turned on as needed and only run as long as needed. For information only, a TV or radio may run for a limited time per day. For long-range communications, I will need to power my 100-watt HF radio. This is where you might set up scheduled times and frequencies to pass traffic or let family know your status and then turn the radio off. All other handheld radios, which include VHF, UHF, POC, and Meshtastic, can run longer periods of time as they are battery-powered. You might also run some handheld radios to stay in contact with your immediate group, but be sure to have extra batteries and a way to recharge those batteries. And when your whole group is together, turn off the radios. When you need to do a task that could use electricity, you will need to know what the cost will be. This will allow you to use the least expensive solution. A very simple example of cost. You need to heat a cup of coffee. How much of your limited propane would you need? How much electricity would you need to run the microwave for 2 to 3 minutes? What if you used an electric tea kettle? How about on top of your burning wood stove? My first choice would be the wood stove, if it had a fire in it. The cost here would be zero, as I'm already using the wood stove for heat. Obviously, I'm not burning a fire in my wood stove in the summer, nor would I start a fire just to heat a cup of coffee. My second choice would be the microwave if I were using a battery bank charged by solar, except for the inverter overhead, which we'll explain in the solar topic of All About Electricity. This would be the lowest cost. I'm saving my propane for a real emergency, such as canning my garden or hunting harvest. I'm not running a generator for any of the electric choices here and waste my limited fuel. The generator will also need to run for about 1 minute before you plug anything into it. This would be wasting fuel to run the microwave to heat a cup of coffee. More on the cost of running electric appliances in the generator and solar topics of All About Electricity. I'll run my well pump, but only to fill my on-site water storage as needed and not have it run all the time, so I can get water from my tap anytime I want. My cost here will be different depending on what my alternate power source is. I might run my washing machine on a very limited schedule, but no clothes dryer. And I could run some power tools as needed. Next week's topic, we'll continue our All About Electricity series and discuss saving electricity in the wild. If you have any questions about what we have discussed here tonight, please ask during the roundtable. Or send your question to prepnetch14@gmail.com and enter question in the subject line.